Thanks for the time. Cool. Zoom message done. Um, Obviously game was pretty close up until start of the fourth quarter, and then Indiana sort of blew the game open in that last stanza. What do you think sort of happened there?
Lexi Hall, corner threes. Corner threes get you paid. I think on the ball, our presence was a little bit lacking physicality. Our rotations, we were over helping a little bit, but we gave up a lot of threes in that span.
Also, Ezzy was fantastic defensively today. Maybe didn't take as many shots as the team would have wanted for how efficient she was. Wondering what you thought of the team's shot selection overall, if you wanted Ezzy to get more shots or if you were pretty happy with what the team was doing offensively.
Overall, our offense didn't have a lot of flow to it. Kind of stuck. The ball kind of stuck a little bit, even pointing back to the first half. Ezzy is good in transition. Ezzy is good when we're flowing. Finding her in cuts and that nature. And I thought that we were a little bit stuck. Of course, I would love for Ezzy to take more shots, especially when she's efficient. But sometimes the game doesn't lend that. Um, yeah, Ezzy's not a player that I have to continuously play call for, but she finds her spots. I thought we got some good open looks, and if we get those looks again, just want to knock it down, want to knock those looks down. But Ezzy in particular, yeah, I know I have to kind of get her going a little bit earlier in the game, more than often, and we'll find some rhythm and flow to address that.
And last quick one. We saw on the broadcast you having a bit of an interaction with Christy Sides. Just wondering if you can share at all sort of what your frustration was or what your conversation was.
I respect Christy a ton. Been in this league for a long time. Played for her in Russia. We are just having a spirited conversation about gamesmanship. That's it.
All right, over to you, Jeff
Thanks,
Brown.
Coach.
Yeah, first, Noe, I guess just talk about what you've seen out of Caitlin Clark from like the start of the season and her growth to this point now.
Yeah, she's grown in a lot of ways. Finding ways to be effective, not chasing the ball a lot, but playing in the pocket, slowing down, and making good reads.
And I know you touched on it a little bit with Bella, but there seemed to be like a lot of maybe like defensive miscommunication, or you were losing shooters out there. Was there anything that kind of contributed to maybe a lack of communication, or what was kind of the cause for so many wide open shots?
Just the communication level. I thought that we were you know, just defensive principles, helping when we shouldn't be helping, not getting to shooters, over helping at times, and kind of losing our matchups a little bit. So I would point to the point of attack again. We have to be a little bit more aggressive on the ball, especially when teams spread us out in that nature and kind of get to shooters, get our closeouts. But I thought that there's some over rotations and some kind of miscues defensively.
They made 8 out of 9 3-pointers to start the fourth quarter. You just kind of chalk that up as, I mean, that's like such an unrealistic thing, but it just happens. Do you kind of just chalk that up as like, hey, that's going to happen? Or what was kind of the message to the team after the game?
They're at home. Momentum, sometimes a lot of those shots fall a little bit when shooting becomes contagious. I've seen it been in this league for a long time, and a lot of that is, crowd, home gym, and feel and comfort. So it's not chalking it up because these are pros. Pros hit open shots and make tough shots as well. But we do have to get better defensively. This is the second time we've allowed 50 plus points in the second half of games. And so we have to address our defensive presence, awareness, physicality, all of those things.
Thank you, coach.
And go over to Christian.
Hey, Coach. Just one quick one for you. Kind of wondering what you're thinking about the team, their first half performance, and kind of in that break going on 8-2, and then these last two games. Like, what are the differences that you've seen between that team and the team that's playing now, and how do you kind of remedy the things that you see that ails them?
I mean, after a month being away from each other, having three Olympians, and I was away as well. Just, we have to get back into some rhythm and flow. This is our second game back after the break, and prior to the break, we have found some momentum. So it's about, kind of getting back to that form. But, I thought that it would be, you know, uh, it would happen overnight for us. The reality of this is that we played a team that had 0 Olympians, except for Christy Wallace. Who else? Anybody else was Olympian on Indiana? Christy Wallace. So the majority of their team stayed over the break, and it shows in the way that they're playing. There's a lot of comfort for us. It's kind of getting back into the swing of things with not a lot of practice time. It's about trying to find it in the game, but it's confidence, comfort. We got to get to it.
All right. Any other questions for Coach?
Oh, can I get another one in if possible?
Yeah, go ahead.
That besides the last fourth quarter, the Storm played really well, really honing in on things that they've really built them through the first half of the season. But that fourth quarter kind of went all the way. Kind of went outside of the 3-point shooting and the overhelping. Did you notice that Indy was kind of taking away the help on the side and really started from the post with Ezzy and Nneka and kind of just gave way to the middle of the floor, open up for really the guards to get to the rim?
Our guards are their guards, but
Indy's guards.
these guards, our coverage, allows is primarily trying to keep out the middle, and so they run a lot of sideball screens to spread us out and not in the middle of the floor. Now I think that again, it's point of attack. Whether we're on the ball, the ball handlers get into the rim and penetrating the middle. Now it's easier to find shooters in the corners. Again, I thought just schematically we weren't locked in and sharp to rotations, coverages on ball. But I mean, Mitchell, she's a load coming off with pace. Today was whole, catch and shoot threes, wide open in the corners. But I think we have to address the point of attack.
Thank you.
All right, one more. We'll go over to Jordan. Jordan, go ahead.
Hey, coach. So you have one more game on Tuesday. Then after that, you don't play again until next Monday. So I guess just talk about how excited you are for that break, so where you all can practice and get back to the swing of things.
Very excited to be able to practice as a unit. I talked about, someone asked me the other day, I believe it was Jeff Brown, like what I took from the last Olympic break, and that is how you begin the beginning. Being on the road, starting on the road after Olympic break is tough. And not having your Olympians around to practice as a unit is very tough. And so, we're going into Washington, another very tough environment and different team that we saw early on in the season. But heading home, being able to have some time to recuperate, rest, but get our minds back to where they need to be and lock in with each other in practice is so important, because you get the reps, you could clean things up. Home, your routine is there, and hopefully we can find some comfort and chemistry and rhythm in practice, and that can help us propel us for the next games.
Thank you, coach.
Yeah, of course.
All right, we'll start off with Jeff Brown. Jeff, go ahead.
Yeah, this first question will be for both of you. Kind of a two-parter. What kind of growth have you seen in Caitlin Clark's game from the beginning of the season to now? And both of you won Rookie of the Year in your individual rookie seasons. Was there ever like an aha moment, or like where things really clicked for you in the WNBA in that first season?
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about our rookies. Nika's been great. She's been awesome, putting her work in. I think our Jordan has been phenomenal too. Her second year of her growth. Our focus is our team on and what we need to do as a community to be better. So I feel like what this group has in a locker room has made us better. And that's the biggest importance for us is focus on our personnel and what we need to do to get things going.
Nneka, as far as like your rookie season, was there anything that kind of clicked for you in that first year?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
During your rookie season, was there like anything that kind of clicked in the middle of the season that for you to kind of give you the confidence for you to excel at the WNBA level?
Well, similar to a lot of the rookies this year, for me, my rookie season was also in an Olympic year. And so I can imagine, as you see a lot of players coming out of this break, working on things, it's clear that you see that across the league. Definitely saw that tonight, obviously from Caitlin. And that break really does make a difference. I think as a rookie, it's something that allows you to kind of like reset, look at tape, work on some things. So that was kind of what made the difference for me in my rookie year.
And then for Nneka, obviously they got a lot of 3-pointers, especially in that fourth quarter. Was there any defensive miscommunication or breakdown, or was there anything that caused that during the game to kind of have those wide open shooters for them?
I mean, we stuck to our scheme the whole game, and so I think that they were able to hit the shots that were open. We were trying to do our best to be aggressive on the ball, maybe not aggressive, but contain the ball perhaps, and do what we can to stunt and get out and get back. They were hitting shots, 50% from the three. That's good.
Yeah. Thank you, ladies.
All right, over to you, Bella.
Hi guys, thanks for the time. First of all, you mentioned Indiana shooting 50% from the three. It felt like there were, especially in the third quarter, several shots for you guys that would normally fall and didn't fall. And I was wondering if it felt like because of Indiana's defense that was affecting the shooting, or if it was just that was kind of the night it was, and they were just missed shots, not necessarily something that Indiana was doing.
Yeah, I'd say kind of similar to the Atlanta game. There was a few layups that we missed. I think it's just missed shots. We just have to be able to put them in. And I think you obviously feel more of the effect when certain shots that go in for us aren't going in, and then they're making a whole lot more. That's the nature of a widespread win.
And Jewel, for you, obviously you're incredibly in shape and, always ready to go, but it can be difficult to go from the Olympics straight back into the season. How do you sort of manage that mentally and physically, as well as, your teammates having had time to practice together and you, Ezzy and Sammy, having been away and not having had that time sort of reincorporating back in?
Yeah, I mean, I've been fortunate to have this be my second experience with this, understanding how I felt the first time, and then coming into this season knowing that it's going to be Olympic year. So I did focus a lot on making sure that I had, um, the best conditioning I could probably possibly do, the best sleep, all those things. But a lot of times it's just also just relying on my teammates too. I don't feel the pressure of having to come back and try to be superwoman. I know that they put in a lot of work, so it's do what I do best. Come off and make simple reads and it's been nice to kind of have a couple of days to kind of get extra shots up and things like that. But it's at the end of the day, and kind of what we talked about in the locker room, it's basketball, something that we've been doing our whole lives, and so I think it comes back, especially when you're joyful to come back to a team that you actually enjoy to be around and like. So it helps a lot too. So I'm really excited and I feel good, and I give a lot of credit to the people around to make sure I was ready to go. But I'm really just enjoying the process of being back.
Thank you.
All right, we'll finish off with Jordan. Jordan, go ahead.
Hey, ladies. So my first question is for Jewel. Real quick, I just want to see how are you feeling? It looked like you took a hit to the face somewhere in that third quarter. I know you stayed in the game, but I just wanted to ask how you were feeling about that. Like, are you okay and stuff?
Yeah, I get fouled a lot. I feel like I'm the most hugged player in the league. So I'm used to getting hit and bouncing back. So thank you for asking. It's more than the refs did. So
No problem. And then my second question is for you both. You have one more game, then you have about a week before you play again next Monday. Just talk about how excited you are to fully practice again with the whole team.
I mean, well, we gotta play a game on Tuesday, so that's what we're thinking about. We're thinking about getting some rest right now and coming home with at least one win on this road trip.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.